Okay, let's begin. This is officially step number 1 of 7 of the 7 Steps to Freedom program. And this is going to be fun. This is going to be exciting. You and I are about to embark on a journey that will alter the rest of your life. I promise you. So, my friend, I hope you're excited. I hope you're ready to take notes. This is going to be a workshop style. We are going to change your life. I promise you. Are you ready for it? For real, are you ready for it? Right now, this might be big, tall claim, like I said, and I don't want you to believe anything I say just yet. But what I'm going to invite you to do, and I'm going to encourage you to do, just have an open heart and open mind as you go through this program. Here is why. By the time you are done going through the 7 Steps to Freedom program, and if you go through this program like I would suggest that you do, which is step by step, take one step at a time. Watch every video that is presented to you in the order that they are presented to you, because there is a reason for it. Because what we're trying to do here is we're trying to work with your conscious mind, but we're also trying to work with your subconscious mind here as well. And the thing that really runs your life and gets you the results that you have or don't have, your current situation in life, guess what? That's coming from your subconscious running your life. All right, so what we're going to attempt to do here is something something that's really, really awesome, okay? Nothing voodoo, I promise you, but I can tell you this. If you go through this program with an open heart, open mind, and just absorb information without prejudice, without judging, without being like, oh, I can do that better, or maybe I know a better way, just suspend your disbelief for a moment, all right? And just go through this program, consume the information as if your life depended on it. You know why? Because it might. And what if it does, right? What if you could have a better life? And just go through this program and then let your mind work with it, with this information. I promise you, your life will never be the same. Okay? So super excited to go on this journey with you here, my friend. This is not theory. This is proven by millions and millions and millions of people who were able to change their lives, and now it's your turn. Finally. All right? So I hope you're excited. I hope you're ready. Let me begin by saying this. Imagine for a moment. Okay, here is how powerful this stuff is. Imagine for a moment if you had a catalog, right? God gave you a catalog. You know, you don't believe in God, say universe gave you a catalog, right? And you flip into this catalog, and that catalog has different categories representing your life. Okay, and as you flip into these pages, you're like, this is interesting stuff, because here's a category, you know, your current situation and your debt. All right, a lot of people have that be a part of their life, and you know, you got different options. Okay, you want to have a lot of debt, you want to have a little bit of debt, or you want to have no debt. All right, your house can be paid off, your car can be paid off, your credit cards could be paid off, your any other student loan debt, any type of debt. You're looking at this catalog and you have an option that you can pick to be debt free forever. Which option would you pick? You're like, this is pretty cool. I'm going to go for debt free. Boom, the universe go, you know what? No problem. What's next? And then you keep flipping the pages, and you know, there's a section where you want to live. Where do you want to live? What kind of house do you want? What is that going to look like? And you can literally pick and choose your entire lifestyle. If you could pick and choose exactly what you want. Okay, what do you want to drive? What kind of vehicles do you want to drive? All right, you got a family. What do you want your kids to be? Do you want them to be in a private school? Do you want them to be in a public school? Do you want them to, you know, to have certain things and certain experiences? Okay, what about entertainment? What about travel and recreation? What about leisure in your life? What about relationships? What about contribution? What about all these other areas? And you could literally pick and choose from a catalog experiences and things that you wanted to be a reality for you in your life. Is that possible? You say, Vic, it's not possible. Come on, what you talking about? Now, what if I told you it is 100% possible? What if I told you that there is a way for you to be able to pick and choose exactly how you want to live, what you want to have, what you want to experience, and you can literally make that happen? What if I told you that is true? Okay? Now, here's the thing, all right? By the way, that's exactly what we're going to attempt to create for you together, you know, in this 7 Steps to Freedom program. All right, this is your current situation, All right, this is your current results, and this is where you want to be, okay? Now, most people have no idea where they want to be. All right, like I said in the previous one, in the introductory video, most people are like, okay, I want to go to Bahamas. All right, that sounds like a good idea because everybody's talking about going to Bahamas, somewhere tropical. It's kind of like cool thing, right? And it's so vague. They don't have a plan. They don't even know exactly where in Bahamas they want to go to, because Bahamas could be, could have great areas and it can have some really, really dangerous areas. And so that person might just go with the flow. Now imagine what would happen if you get in the car and you're like, I'm going to go somewhere, but you don't have an end destination. Where are you going to end up? Where are you going to end up somewhere, maybe, in a place where you don't want to be. Imagine if a ship goes out in a sea and it has no preset destination where it's going. What's going to happen? They just fire up the engines and let's just go, guys. Let's see what happens. What's going to happen to that ship, right? Now imagine human's life. Imagine you trying to play the game of life and trying to build your business and trying to do whatever it is that you're trying to do, and you have no clear address of exactly where you want to go. You're going to end up somewhere, and most people are going like this. All right? Most people are just going like this, and they're never happy. Okay? Thing is this, all right? What we're going to do, step number one, is we're going to identify exactly what it is that you want. We're going to get very, very clear on exactly what it is that you want for you. Not for me, not for somebody else, for you. All right? Stay with me here. It's going to get interesting. Now, here's the thing. Your current results are neither good or bad. They are just what they are. Okay? Everything is relative. All right? Relative to what? Well, there is the law of polarity, there is the law of, relativity and all these other things. So your results, whatever they are in your life, it's neither good or bad. It's just what is. It's what it is. Your current actions, your current choices, your current thinking, okay, thus far got you to where you are right now. Does that make sense? Right? So imagine these lines right here are the lines of awareness. Okay? Lines of awareness. Boom, 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 boom. These are the lines of awareness. Okay? There's lots, millions and millions and millions of levels of awareness. Okay? Now, this is where you are. Compared to other people, you might be doing way better because somebody else might be over here. Okay? And this person is like miserable and they're like, right? It happens. So you might be better off than this guy. This guy might be better off than this guy. See what I'm saying? But guess what? Somebody that's at that level, guess what? There's probably another level. Okay, so what I'm saying is we need to identify exactly what it is that you want. Why do you want to have an online business? Why are you building your online business? Why are you here at 4%? What prompted you? What caused you or triggered you to join this community, to come into the 4% and go through the 7 Steps to Freedom program? Why are you even watching me right now? What is it that you want? Is what we need to answer. Because I promise you, I want to get more traffic to my site is not what you want. I want to build my business to be more successful on the internet is not really what you want. You might think that's what you want, but that's not really what you want. See, what I'm going to attempt to do here is we're going to attempt to work with your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. What runs your life, what gets you the results that you are having right now is not your conscious mind. Consciously you think, okay, I want better life. That's consciously. Subconscious mind is what gets you the results that you want. So for that, okay, we need to approach this in a certain way, because I promise you, whatever it is that we're going to identify right now in this step, okay, whatever that is going to be for you, I'm going to show you exactly how to get it in a way that is going to be predictable. Just like you flipping through the catalog of life and picking and choosing your experiences and what do you want. Imagine what your life would look like if you could have zero debt, if you could pay off all of your debt entirely. Okay? I don't care how much that is. Imagine if you could live where you truly desire to live. Imagine if you could have the experiences and provide the kind of lifestyle for yourself and your family like you truly deserve. Things that you really, really, really want. The problem for most people is they don't think that at that level, because These are the levels of awareness. So what we need to do is we need to raise your levels of awareness, okay? And we're gonna go and we're gonna identify exactly how high we're gonna aim, and then we're gonna create a path. Obviously, the 7 steps is our path for us to getting there systematically, predictably, in a way that's proven, removing overwhelm, removing confusion, removing frustration, and give you a path to follow. And as long as you follow the path, I promise you 100%, your life will never be the same. As a matter of fact, I'm going to promise you this one thing. If, it's a big if, because a lot of people talk about changing, but they cannot follow simple instructions. Like when I say, hey, follow these videos in the order that they are presented to you, there is a reason for it. Because we're working with your, not only your conscious mind, but we're working with your subconscious mind, and you need to receive this information in the proper order. It's like baking a cake. Imagine if I say, okay, we're gonna bake a cake, and we have these ingredients, okay? Ingredients being the information that, or courses or programs that you might be consuming from, the sea of the cyberspace, right? From all these different mentors, and you're getting this, this coaching here, and this idea, and this idea, and this. So you have all these ingredients. And if I have if I'm gonna bake a cake and I have all these different ingredients, flour and some sugar and some avocado, whatever. I'm terrible at baking cake. My wife is really, really good at that kind of stuff. But you have to have the right ingredients. Then what you need to do is you need to put them in the right order, right? And then you need to do certain things in the right order. You need to put it, in the oven at a certain temperature, just the right temperature for just the right amount of time. And if you do these things, you'll have predictable result. You're gonna have a yummy cake, right? Why don't we do that in business and more importantly in life? So what this program is going to do is it's going to give you the proper ingredients in the proper order, in the proper proportions, guiding you and giving you these guidelines and guide rails, right? To help you keep you on track. And as long as you follow this, that's why we've simplified it. That's why we said, out of everything that we have taught over the years, and what's going on out there on the internet space, there is nothing that exists like the 4%. And you know why? Because we remove confusion, we remove overwhelm, and we give you a simple path to follow that is proven, and it works with your conscious mind. More importantly, it works with your subconscious mind. And in the process, as you keep plugging into the coaching that we have here for you, okay, and you are dedicated and committed, you know what? It's going to reprogram by default. It's going to reprogram your subconscious mind so that before you know it, you're going to wake up, you're going to look back, you'd be like, oh my goodness, I cannot even believe how far I've come along from the life I had before 4%, okay? So it's going to be really, really exciting. My friend, I've got a couple things for you here. So number one, I'm going to ask you to suspend your disbelief. Okay? I know this might sound like a big, tall claim, but I'm going to ask you and encourage you to just suspend your disbelief. Just suspend it. I'm not going to ask you to believe it or take every word as a gospel that I'm going to say here. I get it, right? You've been exposed to a lot of different things, and you probably have been exposed to a lot of different information. You might be coming in here like this, maybe just watching this and be like, okay, what is this guy going to teach me that I don't know? Look, this is not for me. This is for you. Okay? I changed my life. I live the life of my dream right now. This is not for me. This is not for, the other people at the 4%. This is for you. This is the key I'm giving you right now. I say, take my hand. Let's go with me. All right? And you'd be like, no, I don't want. I'm cool where I'm at. Okay? If you're cool with where you are right now in life, then do whatever you're doing. But remember, your current situation got you here. Unless you're happy with it, stay there. But if you're not happy with your current results, your current best thinking got you here, and what you have done up to this point got you here. If you're not happy with it, why don't you try another approach? Okay? So I'm going to ask you to suspend your disbelief. Here is why, the biggest reason why I am successful. And I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't have what I have. I shouldn't have the lifestyle that I have. I should not be experiencing the levels of success that I'm experiencing in my life, because I'm somebody that barely graduated high school. I'm a college dropout, raised in a low middle class family, programmed for mediocrity, right? I made so many mistakes in my life, it's not even funny. I screwed up so many times, it's not even funny. I should not be here. I had everything going up against me. English is my third language. Okay, a guy like me should not be experiencing what I should not be running a company like 4%. That's impossible. How is it possible? You know why I'm here? Because I wanted to change my life. And here is what I was prepared to do. You know, when I was about 19 years old, I got introduced to the world of insurance sales, right? And I saw this ad, and this ad said something like, you know, you can make $10,000 a month, come interview to us. And so anyway, I'm like, 10,000 a month, 19-year-old kid. And I'm like, dude, of course, I'm in, man, sign me up. What do I do, right? I wanted to make money. So I go to this local office in this agency, and you know, they're talking to me about selling life insurance and the possibility that you can make 10,000 a month. I could not even comprehend 10 grand a month. I'm like, all right, I'm in, let's go. Anyway, one thing led to another. Things did not work out with that agency, but that, you know, that introduced me to another agency, and it was out of state. And I became an agent for this big national insurance company, life insurance company, brokerage company. And I found myself, 19 years old, I found myself listening to an agency manager, this guy, his name was Rolf Simpson. And he was out of state, and we were getting on these teleconference calls, right? And he gathered us agents together, and he said, guys, in 3 to 5 years, you will be like the books you read and people that you hang out with. Now, as I'm listening to this guy, Ralph at the time was making $2 million a month. Imagine me being 19 years old kid, ambitious like crazy, right? I've never even seen $10,000 all at one place in my life, let alone making that on a monthly basis. You know, maybe, you know, working for, you know, at a job, making maybe $1,500 a month or something like that, right? And here I am listening to a mentor that's generating $2 million a month. I could not even comprehend that much money. I could not even, it was unfathomable to me. How is that even possible for somebody to be able to make $2 million in a month? It's like a dream world, right? And so I made up my mind. I said, you know what? I don't care what I know. I don't care what I don't know. I want to be where this guy's at, because he's getting the results that I want. I have no idea how I'm going to get there, but I made up my mind that I'm going to be the most coachable student, the most coachable agent that he will ever have in his agency, right? And so as he was talking to us and teaching us some principles, talking about, you know, you will be like the people that you listen to. You will be like the books you read. You will be like the people that you hang out with. And he says, you know, if you want to learn from somebody, make sure that somebody is getting the results that you want, right? And so I made up my mind. I said, you know what? If he will tell me to do something, I'm not going to question it. As a matter of fact, my mindset at the time, I set up my mind to think like this. I would say to myself, Vic, if Ralph tells you that you need to pick up a phone book and call these numbers, okay, in the insurance industry, that's kind of how you did it. You just called people, set up appointments, and that kind of stuff. And if he would tell me, here is a script you got to go off of, and here's what you got to say, and by the way, as you're making those phone calls, and you're holding your phone, make sure that you hold your phone in your right hand, and then as you are talking to people and reading this script to them, make sure, Vic, that you stay on your right foot and pick up your left foot like this and make phone calls. And if you do that, you'll be getting the results that I'm going to tell you, and you'll be successful. You know what? I would not question that. I was committed to literally stand on one foot, holding my phone in my right hand, if that's what he would tell me. I would not question a thing. I would not be like, well, I can read this script, but why do I have to stand on one foot? I can stand on 2 feet. Okay, now he didn't say that, of course, okay, but that was an extreme example of what I was prepared to do because I wanted the result that he has. Okay? I would not question a thing. I suspended my disbelief. I went full out. I went all in. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do whatever the mentor tells me. My life changed. Okay? I'll tell you this. Making a very long story short, my friend, I went from $1,500 a month income, knowing nothing about success, right? One thing led to another, I found myself, you know, when I was getting started in this industry now, in the online marketing space in 2005, I was broke. I went into the tremendous amounts of debt. Like the lowest time in my life was when I did not have $1.19 to my name, and I was able to go and pick myself from being negative 30,000 in debt, no income, zero money coming in, not be able to buy a loaf of bread for my family. I was able to generate my first 2,000 a month, my first 2,000 a day. I was able to get take that up to 10,000 a month, 100,000 a month, 500,000 a month, $1 million a month, $2 million a month, $1 million in a day. Okay. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm not saying this because I'm somebody special. I should not be here. But what I'm telling you is there is a way for you to do certain things in a certain way. And if you are coachable and committed, if you say, you know what, I don't care what I know, I don't care what I don't know, I'm committed to changing my life, I'm going to show you how to do it. Deal? Okay, so hopefully you are committed. If you're committed, I'm ready to go and work with you, okay? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to identify that. We're going to get the exact address of what we want. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about this thing. I want to present this information to you in a way, my friend, that's going to make sense. It's going to cause you to change, because I don't want to waste your time here in this program, and everything I'm going to tell you, okay, has a reason for me telling you that. Okay, so please, don't mind if if I think for 2 seconds or whatever in between, because I'm trying to, like I said, there's no script here, there's no agenda, there is no I'm just talking to you from my heart, and I want to present this information to you in a way that's going to make sense. That's one of my strong points, or one of my strong sides, and one of my superpowers is I can take complex topic and we can consolidate down into bite-sized pieces so that you can consume it, right, and you can have lasting change. So if you're ready, let's go. There's 3 types of goals that people have, right? And I learned this early on from my mentor, one of my mentors anyway. A-level goals, this is where you know. This is where you know how to get what you're getting. Okay, so if you work at a job and you're making $40,000 in a year, you know how you can go out there and buy yourself a new car, right? I can finance my new car, and most people live like that. Okay, so this is your present results. Okay, most people, 96%, okay, of people are here, basically. Okay, actually, if we want to be really, really statistically correct, it's about 80% of people here. Okay, so if you take 100 people, statistically speaking, these are the 80%ers. 80% of people, they're just basically swimming in the sameness. Okay, they go to work, they come back, and they're in debt. There is always life with debt, and their debt has been with them for so long that they think it's a pet. You know what I'm talking about? And they just, they don't like it, they complain about it, but they're not doing anything about it, right? Because it's comfortable. B-level goals is a step above, and this is what you think you can have, okay? So this is what you think you can have. Excuse my handwriting. I'm not here to be a calligraphy teacher here for you. I'm here to get a point across, right? And so here's the thing. This is a little bit better. And some people, about 20% of people, okay, this is 80%ers. These are 20%ers. 20% of people, they're trying to break through. They're trying to do things. They're like, I think if I work this job and if I take overtime, if I, flex my work muscle, I think I can work harder. Maybe I can work smarter. They're dabbling into online ventures, and they see, they might be opportunists a little bit here and there, and they're looking for different things. But here's the thing: they're attempting to go from level A to level B. Okay, and there is a little bit of inspiration because they okay, I think if I do this, and if I do this, if I do this, I can have that, right? If I take overtime at my work, if I add more jobs or whatever, I can have more, and so they set a little bit bigger goals. The problem here is that there is very little inspiration in that. Now, 20%ers, these are hustlers. Okay, these are the guys that hustling and they're trying to break through. Here's the reality though. They're bouncing between level A and level B. Because as soon as they go into level B, because there is little inspiration, there's a little bit of inspiration, but not enough to keep them pushing forward, right? Because they're just going for what they think. It's not enough to anytime you go for something better, you will run up against the obstacles. And in the success coaching, success mindset division of the 4% coaching here, we talk a lot about your subconscious mind, how your subconscious mind works, how to break through the barriers that keep you, captive to your present conditions and stuff like that. Anyway, so when people go for improvement, they inevitably hit a barrier point, okay? And when they hit that, they just go back. 80%ers are pulling them down, right? When you try to improve, you will have majority of your people, family, relatives, your friends, people that you hang out with, your loved ones, right? They'll bring you down, because when you try to go for something you have never done before, they'll, out of love, they'll tell you, who do you think you are? We've never had more than whatever, right? And so they're constantly bringing you down. So you have little inspiration, and then you have so many people trying to bring you down. So you're just bouncing back and forth, back and forth. 20%ers, they see an opportunity on the internet, right? They see, okay, I can build myself a business online. So they're gonna buy a product on how do I build and start a business online. And their mentality is not set. They're lacking awareness. They don't have the right blueprint, but they just have this burst of excitement for the moment. So they buy a program or a course or whatever. Maybe they spend $5,000 and they're trying to go for it. They hit some roadblocks, and then all that pressure from their family and their discouragement, they just go back. And so they're just constantly going like this, right? Constantly up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's the 20%ers. You don't want to be there, all right? You don't want to be there. What we want to do is we want to go for C-level goals, and this is your fantasy, okay? This is your fantasy. This is really, truly what you really want, what you really, 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 really want. Les Brown says this is the best. He's like, you gotta be hungry, man. You gotta be hungry, okay? My question to you right now, step number 1 of the 7 steps to freedom, what do you really want? Okay? Go back to that catalog example in the beginning. What do you really want? You know what kind of happen here is when you go for C-level goal, this is going to be fantasy. This is going to be something you have never had. You have no idea how to get there. You're not thinking. You don't know. Okay? This is completely next level. Completely next level. This is illogical. It's not even comprehensible how you're going to do that. Okay? Here is the secret. Don't worry about how you're going to get there. You will not see the path. If I'm going to go from where I'm at right now, South Dakota, right? If I'm going to go to California, a particular destination, I don't see the whole route. I don't see the path. I don't know if there's going to be a detour, if there's going to be a construction on the road. I don't see all my steps. But here's what you do. You know exactly where you want to go, so we're going to identify that, and then you put it in the GPS, and then you follow and you go as far as you can see. If I go from New York to California in a car and it's dark outside, and I have my flashlights on, or headlights on in the car, right? I can see maybe 300, 400 yards in front of me. That's it. I don't see the whole path. I don't see miles and miles and miles ahead, right? I just see what I see, and I go as far as I can see. And guess what? When I get there, I can always see how to go further. That is the secret to achievement, isn't it? Okay, so when we don't know where we're going, we will map out a path for you through the 7 steps. We will serve as a guide for you here on how to get there. And then your only job, your only responsibility here is to go as far as you can see. And I promise you, when you get there, you always see how to go further. Deal? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to identify, what is this going to be? Okay, what is that going to be? We're going to go for what you want. Most people, do you know that most people don't even know what they want? I want better life. No. What does that look like? I want a better marriage. No. What does that look like? I want more money. No. Here's $1. Be happy. No, I'm not I'm not happy because it's $1. So, what is it that you want? We're going to be very, very clear on identifying exactly what we want, which is exactly what we're going to do next. I'm going to show you an exercise, that we're going to start, because I don't want to talk to you from theory. We're going to get very practical here, all right? and we're gonna get to work, and we're gonna do this as a workshop style. So if you do this with me, you will see some significant improvement in your results. But understand, we're working with your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is really, really difficult to work with, because it's been programmed over the years for you to get the results that you want. So when you are going to attempt to go here, you're going to hit that terror barrier. It will make you, it will make you feel like you can't do it. You're going to feel like you want to give up. You're going to feel like, I don't have the resources. I don't have the time. I don't even know if I want that. Okay, that's your programming talking to you. Just realize what's really happening. But I promise you, you can have whatever it is that you want, just like picking items from the catalog. Okay, so how we're going to do this, okay? Now, most people, when they start a business, okay, they think that, well, I want to start a business because it just, it sounds great, and I think the business is going to get me the life they want. And so what ends up happening is, because they're so vague on their personal goals, all right, and they are starting a business because they see that as, potential vehicle for them to, do something better with their life. So they venture and start a business, and they find themselves being overworked. They find themselves grinding like crazy, hustling like crazy, because you see all these people telling you, you gotta sacrifice, you gotta hustle, man. Give up your sleep, give up your family life, give up your luxuries, give up your good things in life, and just live for something else. And so you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, man. I'm gonna go for it. So you end up finding yourself working like crazy, trying to build something, but because you're running on a wrong blueprint, because you're running with the wrong awareness, you end up just hitting your head up against the wall constantly. Okay, you're bruised up, you're bleeding, you feel like you're gonna die, but you get people pumping you up. Take action, take action, take action. And so you've been frantic, right? Our approach is different. I'm not gonna tell you that you need to sacrifice, right? Even though you're gonna go through a phase of life where you might need to do that. But what we need to do is understand this. Your business, initially, okay, unless you built, or up until you built like a big company, but initially your business is a direct reflection of you. Make sense? And the most important person in your business is who? My customer. Wrong. It's you. Okay? You are the most important person in your business. Okay? In fact, you don't have a business, you are a business. Okay? To the degree how you feel, to the degree of your creativity, of your energy, okay, will your business be thriving. In other words, your business is going to be a direct reflection of what's going on in here, in your head. Okay? Very, very, very important for you to understand that. So what we need to do is we need to get very clear, and we need to put ourselves on the side to win. We need to position you to win. How are you going to do that? Okay, well, you're going to position yourself to win by creating a reward for yourself that you're going for personally. People say, I'm going to change the world, man, and they're broke and they're desperate. And here they are talking about starting a business because I want to change the world. Okay? It's a messed up thinking. You will never do that. You will never change the world unless you change your life first. You will never be able to help somebody else unless you are able to help yourself first. Does that make sense? Okay? So what I'm going to do here for you is I'm going to give you a very, very practical exercise. This first step, and it's going to be all about you. We're going to identify exactly what it is that you want. You personally, not your customer, not the world, not your neighbor, not anybody else. What do you want? You. That's right, I'm talking to you. What do you want? What is it? Has it been so long where you dreamed about what you could have that you're not even thinking from that perspective? You're not even thinking about you anymore. You're not even thinking about taking care of you and your life so that your life could be inspiring, okay? And then that would become that would spill over into your other areas of your work, and you being more creative. You know, you are way more creative when you live a happy life, personally. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna talk about you. In the next step, we're gonna talk about money a lot. Okay, so don't go there just yet. Okay, let's talk about creating your perfect life now. Forget about business. We're going to get to business tactics and marketing tactics and structural and all these other things later. That's coming up. Those are steps, 5, 6, 7, etc. First step is all about you. Forget the business for a moment. Forget, the money for a moment. Forget everything else for a moment. What do you want personally in life? What will your ideal life look like? We're going to start here. It's going to be very practical, and I promise you, it's going to make a lot of sense, right? So what I want you to do is think and start dreaming about what kind of life do you want to have? Because if I would have, I have this ability to read minds sometimes, and if you're watching me, no, I'm just kidding. Okay. When I got started in the business, I wanted to start a business initially for me. Hey, we become entrepreneurs because we want more money. Nothing wrong with that, right? Hey, I wanted to take care of my family. I wanted to be able to travel. I wanted to be able to live the good life that I want. I didn't care about changing the world. I was selfish in the beginning. And I think if we're really honest with ourselves, I think people start businesses because they want more freedom. They think that the business can give them freedom, okay, which is true. All right? So what is that freedom going to look like for you in your life? So imagination is really, really, really powerful, really powerful. In fact, there's a book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill classic, amazing book. More millionaires have credited their success and achievement as a result of getting, the principles or following the principles from the book than anything else I have ever heard from any other books. And so the very first, there's 13 principles of success, as Napoleon Hill puts it. And he dedicated his life studying the 500 most wealthy, most successful men in his age. The number one principle is desire, right? Number one principle is desire. So desired lifestyle. Imagine if you can have it here, you can have it here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to encourage you, okay, to do this exercise with me right now, and it's going to be completely tailored to you. And it's going to be about what kind of life do you want to live yourself. Okay? Get very, very serious about it. Imagine if you could have your perfect ideal lifestyle. Your ideal life. Okay? Now, your subconscious mind, your paradigm will scream at you, but you don't have the money, but you don't have the time, but you don't have the resources, but you don't, right? Shut it down. You don't need to know how. You don't need to have the money. Okay, you don't need to have the time, you don't need to have the resources or the contacts, whatever. Just imagine right now. Okay? Just imagine. What kind of life do you want to have? How do you want to live? Okay? Imagine. This is purely imagination right now. Everything that you see around you, everything, okay? Everything started as an imagination in somebody's head. This camera, this computer, this whiteboard, the car, the house, this table, it was imagination in somebody's head initially. Okay, so before you can create something on the outside, before you can create the freedom, what is it going to look like? What is the freedom going to look like for you? Okay, so we're going to do a little exercise to put things in perspective. I promise you, this is going to be very, very practical, step-by-step program that you're going to follow. Hopefully this is making sense. All right, you're going to drop me a comment below. Let me know if this is making. By the way, this particular 7-step to freedom program is a guide, right? This is not a mastery level of it. If you go, to our other coaching levels, you will see we have a mastery version of the 7 steps that you can definitely embark on that journey with us as well. And that's when we really go into each one of these steps and we really go into mastery. We have live sessions on it. I take your questions. We go into your personal story and your details, and we help you craft this stuff for you. But right now, at this stage right here in this program, I'm just gonna guide you through these. But I want to do it with enough details so that your mind can wrap around these ideas, right? And it's going to make sense for you, okay? All right, so, I don't know what level of coaching you're here with us. You might be at basic level, or you might be up to diamond level. Just go through this, and then, if you really want to go into mastery, I, invite you to go into the 7 steps mastery program, and then that's where I'm going to meet you. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep this very, very simple, very, very practical. So you live on a material world, right? I live here. We live on the world that is materialistic, right? We pay for things and we have things, and money, is responsible for our lifestyle. So the more money you will have, the more freedom you will have. Your current situation is stemming, or your current experiences are based on the amount of money that you have, right? Makes sense. So the more money that you will have, the more better experiences and better quality of life that you could potentially build and create. Makes sense, right? So what I want you to do is take a sheet of paper, okay, and start dreaming up your ideal life. That's what I did. We're going to talk more about the power of subconscious and all these other things later on, and how you're going to get there. I'm going to give you the plan to get there. Okay? What we want to do right now is we want to create. We want to create. It's like an engineer creating a blueprint for the house. Right? They're going to build a house. What is that going to look like? Is that going to be a single family, 1-story, 2-story, 3-story, multi-level? What is it going to be like? What is it going to look like? What's going to be the, how many rooms, how big, all these details, and it's like engineer creating a house. It's kind of like you having a catalog that was given to you, okay, by God, by the universe, right? And you're flipping through it, and you're like, I want that. I'd like to have that, I'd like to have that, and I'd like to have that. Oh, and I'd like to have that. And you're just adding to your list, and magically, it becomes a reality. If you could have that ability, what would you want? So what I want you to start thinking about is your day-to-day life, okay? Now, I'm going to give you a guideline here. Now, this is just going to be a guideline because your personal situation is going to be personal to you, okay? I want you to think about this, okay? We're going to start with listing some stuff, okay? So, and again, this is going to be very raw, very rough kind of a draft. It's going to be, you think about your stuff. I'm just going to give you some ideas here to get your mind spinning, okay? So for most people, their mortgage, Vic, come on. Let's spell mortgage right. You're on video camera. Okay, good. Let's go. Mortgage. All right? Mortgage or rent. Where do you live? Okay? Where do you live right now? I don't want you to think about your current situation or your money, for your financial situation. That is not the topic of discussion right now. What we really are going for is your fantasy. What do you want? C-level goals, okay? Ideally, if you could live in any house you want, okay? Literally, any house you want. What would that be like? Have you ever thought about it? No, because I don't see myself living there. I didn't ask you if you can see yourself living there. I asked you to imagine, right? Okay, what would that house look like? Okay, and what I would like for you to do is list it and, get a picture of it. Get some reference points visually, ideally, to give it color. But also for this particular exercise, what we need to do is we need to identify your target number, okay? Because everything has a price. Your current lifestyle has a price to it. Your ideal lifestyle is going to have a price to it, okay? Because money fuels your lifestyle. You need money in order to sustain whatever lifestyle you have. So at your current level, your current money, gives you the current lifestyle. If you have this lifestyle, it's going to require more money. Money is not what we're after here. We're after what you really want. Money will come later. Don't worry about money. I'm going to show you how to get money. I'm going to show you all about, how money works and all these other things. That's going to change your life. Promise you. This is not theory. This is practice. Okay? This is proven. So take a look at your desired house and or rent situation. Where would you like to live, and what would that cost you on a monthly basis? This is going to be monthly. Okay? Very, very important. What we're trying to do here is we're going to try to budget out your ideal lifestyle on a month-to-month basis. What would that cost you? Okay? Because again, money is really important component of your freedom. All right? Without money, you kind of have no freedom because we live on an economical planet. You know, maybe the next planet is going to be different, but this one, hey, we got to have some money. Let's get some of that money. But we need to know how much money exactly what we want. I don't know, hypothetical, let's just say, you know, I mean, rule of thumb, you know, if you go for $1 million mortgage or, you know, it's a $1 million house, your rent is going to be about $8,000 a month. So let's just put $8,000 here. Again, this is going to be on a monthly basis. Okay, next, what do you want? What kind of car do you want? Okay, car or lease. All right, what do you want to drive? Okay, just go for it. Now, you know, I did these on the sheet here, right here. I'm just going to list it out for the time's sake. But again, remember, your lifestyle is going to be unique to you. Okay, here's what I wrote down. It's not me personally. It's not for anybody's. This is just an example and very, very rough example. But let's say if you had a car and you wanted to, you know, to maybe buy or lease a really, really nice car. I don't know, maybe you budget $2,000. Okay, maybe it's going to be $3,000. Whatever your number is going to be. This is not the exact list or the numbers that you're going to go for. What about utilities? Utilities in your big giant house, right, or whatever house you're going to live at. I don't know, let's budget what, $3,000 for them, right? I don't even know if that's going to be accurate or how accurate. What about insurance? All right, you know, your health insurance, your other kinds of insurances that you might have, whatever. Maybe that's going to be $2,000, maybe it's going to be $5,000. Okay, what else? Maybe you have other bills. Okay, what is that going to be? You know, let's just put hypothetically $3,000 here. Vacation. Okay, travel. All right, where do you want to go? Okay, and here's the thing about vacation. Ideally, where would you want to go? How much would it cost you? Okay, don't think about your current situation. Again, it's really, really important. What do you want is what you're going for. Okay, so again, I'm estimating this for the monthly budget here. Let's say if I, you know, if I want to go out and, you know, maybe 3 times a year, I want to go and take my family on a vacation. How much is it going to cost me? $15,000, $50,000. What is it going to cost you, right? Let's say I'm going to budget, you know, for a year annual vacation. I'm going to put 72 grand, right? $72,000 a year, which is about what, $6,000 a month. $6,000 a month for vacation. I'm going to estimate that because I want to go and vacation a few times a year. You know, I'm going to put that in there as a category. If you have kids, you know, kids' education. If they're in school, right? Is it going to be private school? If they're in college, how much is that? You know, let's just say you have a kid, maybe it's $2,000, you know, a month, or maybe you have a couple of kids, whatever that number might be to you. Maybe you want to put them in a private school or whatever the case is. What about clothing, right? Clothing. You know, maybe you want to dedicate $2,000 in a month for clothing. Maybe it's going to be $3,000. Maybe it's going to be $1,000. I don't know your situation, right? What about luxury toys, right? If you're a man, you know, maybe you have a list of your luxe toys that you would like to have in your man cave. Maybe if you're ladies, what are some of the toys for you? You know, luxury toys. I'm talking about lifestyle. When you get your mind out of the gutter there, you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about like jet skis and, you know, maybe you want to buy yourself a nice watch once in a while. Maybe you want to buy yourself some jewelry. Let's see, what's some of the other toys, luxury toys that you might have? Whatever that is to you, right? We're not going to spend too much time on it. Okay, so anyway, luxury toys, maybe it's going to be an entertainment category. How much do you want to allocate for that, right? Well, I'm going to put $4,000 a month on that. I don't have to spend it all on a month to month. Maybe I'm going to accumulate it and I'm going to buy something a little bit fancier later on. What about food, right? Food, eating out. Okay, if I want to eat organic food, I want to go and eat out with my family. I want to take them out to nice restaurants, that kind of stuff. What is that going to be, right? Well, let's just put $5,000 a month here. Okay, hypothetical number, whatever, right? Now you're gonna have a total, okay, and that total is going to be, in this example, I've added this up. That's approximately $37,000 a month. Okay, $37,000 a month. Now, if you take a look at that, right? If you take a look at that, and if this would resemble your ideal lifestyle, okay, now, I'm not talking about debts or anything like that yet. We're going to tackle the debt. Let's say if you have big debt, you know, maybe you have credit card debts and you have, you want to pay off your house entirely, that kind of stuff. We're going to talk more about that in the next step, okay? Trust the process. Don't ask or don't try to judge this because you're on step 1, right? Wait until you get through all the steps, all the way up to the 7 steps, and then you will see a big picture of how this whole thing works. Right now, we're just concerned with your month-to-month lifestyle items. Okay. Now, this is not this is not exact list necessarily, but for you, what is it going to look like? In other words, you're going to have a number. So what we're really going for is we're going for a number. We're going for a target. We're going for what you want. Okay. What you want ideally. Don't limit yourself on anything. Okay. But ideally, if you could live, drive, experience, have, do, be whatever you wanted, that would resemble your ideal lifestyle, what would that cost you on a monthly basis? On a monthly basis, okay? So $37,000 a month for this list. Now that would put you in a really nice house. You drive in a really cool luxury car. Now if you want to, drive 5 of those, and you do the math accordingly. If you want to live in a mansion that's going to cost you 20 grand a month or whatever, obviously your numbers are going to be different. But whatever that number is going to be, that's going to be your number. It's going to be your target. You need to have a target that would fuel your ideal lifestyle. You say, Vic, I don't know how to get that number. That's not what I'm asking you for. All I'm asking you for is identify that number. Okay, now here's the thing. We're working with your subconscious mind. We want to create a situation here where as you're building your business, when we go to steps 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, which is like dealing with business stuff and building out your business and your empire and the internet, doing it the right way, and you having all the revenue coming in, we're going to talk about, here's what I want to do. I want to make sure that your subconscious mind gets a clear picture in the direction that you want for yourself, because if you see where you're going, okay, your subconscious mind gets involved. Okay, you don't have to understand how the lights work. You don't have to understand how electricity works in order for you to use it, to benefit from its use, right? Like when I go and I switch the light, I flip the light, I don't have to think, okay, how does that work? Okay, so electrical pulse is going to go from that wire to that switcher to that thing, and it's going to hit the light bulb, and the light bulb. I don't think about that. I'm just flip, get it, right? See what I'm saying? Don't worry about exactly where your money is going to come from just yet. That's what we're going to talk about later on. And also I'm going to coach you on that money stuff. Money is not what you think it is. Paper is not money. Okay? Money is an idea. We're gonna shatter your belief about money. You will never think about money ever in the same way ever again. Most people are broke because they're thinking about money like broke people think about money. Okay? Money is not paper. Money is not what's in your wallet. Money is not your credit card. It's an idea. What is money? We're going to talk about that later on coming up, okay? Right now, I just want you to have a target number on your ideal lifestyle. Make sense? Now, what you would like to do, or what I would like for you to do, ideally, is give this color. How do you do that? Well, you take a look at, okay, where do I want to live? All right, take that one thing at a time. If it's really, really important to you, give it attention. Okay? Whatever is important to you in your life, you give it attention. And if you don't, it tends to get neglected and then, runs away from you, right? If you don't give attention to your significant other long enough, what's going to happen? You're not going to have a successful marriage or partnership, okay? Same thing in every area of your life. If you want to live in a dream house, okay, what is that going to look like? I want you to start dreaming this up. Okay, you might have heard about the concept of dream boards. Maybe you create your dream board. Nothing wrong with that. But I tell you this, everything that I put up visually and everything that I had written down for me, everything 100% became a fact. Not only me, but I can tell you example after example after example, thousands of people. It's a proven process. So I don't want you to question this. Just trust the process for now. Can you do that? Okay? What's going to happen is you're going to find yourself to get a little bit more excited about life. You're going to find yourself to focus in the direction where you want to go instead of the garbage that is around you in your life. See what I'm saying? You're going to start to pay more attention about better side of life. You were created for success. You were engineered for achievement. So let's focus on in the direction that we want to go instead of our current situation or maybe even worse. Okay? Really, really, really important. So maybe do, cutouts of the stuff that you want. What is it? What kind of house you're gonna live in? What kind of car you're gonna drive? Okay, my utilities you're not like whatever, right? But based on the house, maybe estimate whatever 10-15% or whatever the number might be for the utilities, depending on your area. Insurance, these are kind of boring things, but you gotta have to budget for it, on a monthly basis. Other bills. Maybe this is gonna be. Maybe you're gonna have another category that you can just say. You know what? I'm gonna add a category here that's gonna be like. Oops category. We're just going to call it oops category. What is oops category? Well, oops category might be like this. I wake up in the morning and then my friend calls me up and he's like, "Hey bro, can you help me out a little bit? I just found myself in this situation." And you're like, "Sure man, here's some money." Okay? It's called oops category. Maybe you forgot that it's your, maybe you got 15 kiddos and, it just so happens that all 15 kids' birthdays just happen to be on the same month. And then you completely forgot about it. And then you're like, oh my goodness, I want to give him like a cool birthday party, but I don't have a category for that. You see what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm just messing around with you here right now, but maybe you're gonna have an oops category. Maybe other bills might be the oops category. So in other words, it's like miscellaneous, right? These are the unexpected things that you just want to have money sitting there for, and you want to account for it as well. Travel, vacation. Where do you want to travel? Get pictures of the places you want to go, right? Education, clothing. What do you want to wear? Do you want to have nice clothes? Do you want to wear more of a branded clothes? I'm not going to teach you to be on a budget here. This is completely different, right? We're not gonna go for just, save your money, don't buy lattes. Dude, you wanna buy lattes? You're working with your food and eating out category. Hey, you wanna buy lattes? Bump that up, right? You wanna have more ice cream in your life? Bump that up. You wanna have more, organic and gourmet food? Hey, whatever that's gonna cost you, we're not limiting ourselves here. This is a different way of thinking. There is a way of thinking that, employees or people at work and have a steady kind of a set kind of a income. Somebody is working at a job and they're like an accountant and they're making $3,000 or $4,000 a month and they're not entrepreneurial. Okay, obviously to that person this is going to be ridiculous. It's like, dude, I don't make that much in a year. What are you talking about? Okay, you're not that person. I'm not talking to you as like an employee type. I'm talking to you as an entrepreneur. See what I'm saying? Entrepreneurs, we have no limit. We can create whatever we want. There is no limit to what you can have. There is no limit. And here's what's going to happen. The more you plug into our trainings, the more you go through this, and the more you follow the 7 steps, and as you follow these 7 steps, and as you grow, and as you build your business, you will change your belief system. Your belief system will become like this. Even if I lose anything tomorrow, okay, from this material world, even if I lost all my contacts, all my business, everything, you know what? You develop a mindset that will say, you know what? I can have it all back tomorrow or within the next 30 days. You will not worry about economy. You will not worry about who's the president. You will not worry about who occupies the White House, who is doing what. You know what? You're going to have the confidence and the certainty and the feeling of power and control that you can create your own economy. And it doesn't matter if this is dollars today or we're trading silver and gold, or this is Amero, Euro, or whatever else the currency that might be at that particular time. You're not dependent on money because you are viewing money from a completely different way. Okay? Because money is an idea. Material thing is a reflection of what's going on in your head. What I'm going to teach you is I'm going to teach you how to build your business that will follow the blueprint that is deeply rooted in principles, universal principles that govern success. This is just a number. Make sense? Okay? So here's what I want you to do. This step right now. Okay? Maybe you're going to go through these steps and just watch these videos in the order just to kind of get a good idea of what we're talking about here. And then you will find yourself to be working each one of these steps in the order that they are presented to you. All right? As you build in your business and as you plug into our coaching, this is not going to happen overnight. This is not going to happen in a week for you. But this is where we are going to go towards. Make sense? Now, as we're doing that, I want you to listen to some additional information I'm going to be presenting to you. Okay? So in this module here as well, there's going to be additional message that I want you to listen to. It's going to be very, 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 very important. It's going to be a message from Earl Nightingale, and this is going to be a recording that when I got introduced to that, it changed my life completely changed my life. Okay, and I promise you, if you suspend your disbelief, even if you have heard that recording from 15 or 50 different times before, please listen to it again one more time. Listen to it with a little bit more open mind and open heart, with now having the information and hearing what I just told you in this lesson right now. Okay, having gone through this material, I want you to go next and listen to Earl Nightingale's Strangest Secret in the World audio. Listen to it one more time. Okay, here's why. I'm not concerned with your conscious mind. Consciously, you can get excited for a moment, but then tomorrow you wake up, you're like, welcome back to the reality, man. Right? That's your conscious mind. Your life will change by altering your program that runs your life. You see what I'm saying? Your life will change when you change your operating system on the computer. The operating system is your subconscious mind. So the reason why I'm putting this information in this order for you is so that we can work with your subconscious mind in a way that will be subtle, okay, but it will also produce results for you, okay? Promise you, there's nothing voodoo going on here. But if you want to change your life, I'm going to show you a path to change your life. And it's going to be up to you to follow it. If you don't, hey, it's okay. It's not for me, it's for you. But if you're sick and tired, if you're like, I am done being mediocre, man. You know what I'm talking about? I am sick and tired of having bills. I'm sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm sick and tired of not having enough. I'm sick and tired of living in the ghetto, right? I'm sick and tired of not living and traveling. I'm sick and tired of not giving my wife or husband or significant other, my family, the life that they truly deserve and want. I'm sick and tired of this crap in my life. I am ready to go for a breakthrough. Then follow the path. Follow this program. Watch these videos. Listen to the audios that I'm going to be presenting before you. And I promise you, I'm going to change your life. Your life will never be the same ever again if you take this seriously. Okay? I promise you. So again, we're going to talk about marketing and business building and traffic generation, all these other things. Those are minuscule components in the overall picture of creating the freedom that you really want, okay? The reason most people fail is because they teach me traffic generation. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you traffic generation. But it's like, if this is an iceberg right here, okay, look at that, okay? If this is an iceberg, this is what's visible, okay? This is what's visible. And this is the water right here. The stuff that's visible, this is like, okay, traffic generation, list building, blah, 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 funnels, technical stuff, what most people are after, okay? The how-to stuff. This right here is the stuff that's invisible. This is what's gonna move this iceberg. That's what's gonna move this thing. See what I'm saying? What we're gonna tap into is we're gonna tap into this. That is gonna take care of itself, my friend. I promise you, when we get to talking about building your business and structuring it correctly and then fueling it with traffic and so you can have conversions, you want to operate. You want this, because if this is your business, this is you, okay? If this is your business on the surface, and this is the business that supposedly is going to attract your customers, look, the real secret here is going to be the stuff that's going on here, which is you, okay? It's your expectation. It's the invisible stuff. You want to position yourself on the side to win. Success should be a default result for you. You should not be trying to succeed. Success should be a natural outcome of what you do. And it's fun. And you feel empowered, right? You feel in control and you feel like you're making a difference. And so you become influential from within. You will never become influential in your business from within if within you are scared, if you're stingy, if within you are broke, right? If you're poor mentally, and if you don't want to change. You change your outside by changing your inside. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna stop here for this step right now. Hopefully this is starting to make a little bit of sense. Here is your assignment for this step, okay? Your assignment is to get clear on your number, on your target number. That's going to resemble your ideal life. What is that number gonna be? Is that 37,000 or is that 137,000 a month? Okay, whatever that is, get that number per month. We're not talking about your business expenses here, okay? This is just, and I want to underline this with a big, thick underline, right? This is not your business expenses. Notice, you do not include your business expenses. You do not include your charitable contributions. You do not include your taxes or anything here just yet. This is just your monthly living, your ideal life categories. You, forget business, forget everybody else. This is you. What do you want per month? What do you want to have? What do you want to live? Where do you want to go? What would that cost you? And what would that require? What would that number be? Remember, this is just a number. Don't worry about you having it now or not having it. Don't let this mess with your conscious mind, okay? Don't worry about how you're going to get there. I'm going to show you how to get there. Right now, you just need to identify your number. That's it, okay? Take the time, write out your list. Identify that number. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to listen in this same module here. You're going to listen to Strangest Secret in the World audio by Earl Nightingale. Listen to that before moving on to the next one. Very, very, very important. You know the truth is? The truth is that only 4% of people, that's why we call this a 4%, because I know the data. 4% of people. In other words, if 100 people watch this audio or watch this video right now, if 100 people will watch it, 4 would follow instructions. Exactly as I lay them out. 4. Okay? Coincidentally, the 4%ers are the people that live their dream. Okay? There is nothing magical about it. Promise you. Don't be part of the 96% category. Decide to be part of the 4% category because your life depends on this. Okay? Promise you. The good stuff you want is, 80% of that is just being able to be teachable and coachable. Remember, I was committed to stand on one foot and make phone calls. Okay? My mentor told me to do that. He didn't, but if he would, I would not question it. I was committed to go full out. Will you? Will you commit to go full out? Okay? Here's what I want you to do. Drop me a comment below in this video here, in this module, for this lesson. Let me know if you're committed to go full out, and then go and listen to the Strangest Secret in the World before you go to the next step. And then I'm going to meet you in step number 2, and we're going to talk about your financial freedom plan, which is going to be an extension of this. Okay? All right. Thank you for watching. You're awesome. Congratulations again. And I'll see you in step number 2 after you listen to Earl's audio next.